Howdy. I just want to talk about JD Vance for a few minutes before I really get into what he may or may not have done. I've got to blow about 30 or 40 seconds so YouTube loses interest in the video and doesn't worry about what I say after that. So there's a lot of reasons to hate JD Vance. His sellout of his values for power, his complete disdain and disregard of an entire population without really understanding them. His idea that any success he has is because of his determination and grit. Pure monopoly scenario situation right there. So there's a lot of stuff to not like about him. But whether or not he fucked the couch isn't it. And what you have to understand is a couch is a metaphor, right? It doesn't matter if he fucked the couch or not. It doesn't matter what he fucked. It was something. And to be fair, the whole setup that is attributed to him with the couch and the glove and whatnot, it was pretty inventive. But it could have been the couch. It could have just been rubbing on the mattress. It could have been using the return jet in a pool. There's a lot of stuff. Sitting on your hand until it goes numb. I've never tried that. It just seemed kind of weird. But it's certainly something he could have done. And in some fashion, it's certainly something he does. Because let's be honest, guys, get in here. You know, you do it too. And you looked at it and you thought, God, fucking a couch. Well, that was pretty inventive, right? Now, I know some of you are going, oh, I wouldn't do that. I've never done that. And you're liars. You know, like they say, 90% of guys masturbate and 10% of guys lie about it. But that really doesn't matter. And it's fun to joke about. It's fun to talk about, whatever. But we got to realize is the threat these guys pose to freedom. Now, I know they're all about freedom, right? Oh, unless you're a woman and you want to make your own healthcare decisions. Unless you're gay and you want to marry somebody. Unless you're black and you want to marry a white person. Because they're coming for that too. They want to control what you read, what you watch, how you worship. They want to make sure you worship. And if I were JD Vance, I'd be less worried about this than what Stephen Miller's going to do when he starts purging the population of undesirables like, you know, his wife. Because that's where they're headed. That's the threat that we face. And it's not just now, you know, it's not just with the presidential election. We need to change the way we view the entire planet. The entire planet. And we need to fight authoritarianism in any form. I don't care where the authoritarianism comes from. Democracy, equality, and freedom are not mutually exclusive like people on the right like to say. The way we get to freedom is to make sure we get to do it. It's kind of the libertarian outlook, but it's more of a social libertarianism, right? Because libertarianism in itself just doesn't work. It couldn't possibly work because that gets you to oligarchy and feudalism, which is where we're headed. People hear socialism, especially the stupid Cubans in Florida, and I'm looking at you people right now because you're afraid of socialism, but you're not afraid of authoritarianism. And I don't get that. You're just still bitter because you ran away from Castro instead of standing up and fighting him, right? I mean, that was the deal. Y'all just ran away. Get over it. It was 50 or 60 years ago. It's a done deal. Cuba's Cuba. What we need to do now is start working with Cuba to liberalize them and democratize them and bring them back into the world of to the world order. We need to do the same thing with Russia and China. We need to take a hard line on them and beat them down until they change their government and make it democratic. You know, power to the people. That's what we need to do. And there's been recent talks about DeSantis in Florida, and Florida again, all you stupid fuckers in Florida. DeSantis could have gotten a lot of money to feed children over the summer. And it wouldn't have cost Floridians anything. It wouldn't have cost DeSantis anything. It was free money coming in that the federal government was providing to every state. And some of these whacked out red states said, oh no, we don't want that. We'll let the kids starve over the summer. We don't care. We have mechanisms in place to take care of it. When you may have food banks. You may have other things. But why not give families another $100 or $200 a month or a week or whatever it was to help feed their kids? Why not do that? I mean, it's not costing you anything. And apparently in Florida, it doesn't even cost them support because all you stupid fuckers are still going to vote for DeSantis when he runs for re-election. You're still going to vote for Trump because the polls still say Florida's going to vote for Trump. Why? I don't know. Talking about a state that is more in need of federal help, right? I mean, it's Florida. And the people who own the condos that are falling down, that need to be repaired, that were not built to weather a hurricane in an area that always gets hit by hurricanes, is now complaining that the government didn't do more to protect the people who were buying the property. Well, you vote for people who don't think you ought to be protected. They think you ought to buy insurance at ridiculously high prices. And if you don't, then, just sell the property to them and they'll fix it up and then rent it back to you and make, huge profits. But they're not going to maintain it either, right? And if it falls down, big deal. Right? I mean, that's the attitude. So this whole this whole discussion, it seems to ramble, but it's all interrelated, right? Because we need to reassess how we view our place here, wherever you are, in your area, in your state, in your country, and on this planet. Because we're not 178 or 182 or 226 or whatever number it is, different countries. We're one planet. And we've got to start acting like one planet. Until we do, we're doomed. So don't worry about what Vance is doing in the privacy of his basement with his, couch or lazy boy or whatever. Worry about government coming and taking away your rights under the guise of freedom, I mean, this is pure Orwellianism. Freedom is slavery. Well, that's what they're leading you to. You have the freedom to do whatever they tell you have the freedom to do. Don't want to do it? Too bad. Want to do something else? Too bad. That's all. Peace out.